morning and welcome to the Blend Extra. Today is Friday, January 16th. I'm Jake Pearson, filling in for Alyssa Kelly. Coming up on today's show, we have ways to prevent migraines, chiropractic care, and upcoming Lego sets. But starting things off here, the dropping temperatures outside can have a major impact on anyone's body, but for the millions of migraine sufferers in the U.S., the cold can also trigger an attack. Mandy Gaither explains how to help prevent an attack when it's cold outside.
Extreme cold, changes in barometric pressure, and sudden weather shifts can create a perfect storm for those who suffer from migraines.
For a lot of people, that is a major trigger.
Dr. Ahmad Estamalik with Cleveland Clinic says winter weather can trigger blood vessels in the brain to dilate, causing inflammation and lead to sinus pressure. Both can increase the number of migraines. Avoiding those attacks starts with being aware of what typically sparks them, like certain foods, caffeine, stress, and sleep issues.
Those who have migraines know what they can do generally to minimize triggers.
Estamalik says to also avoid the extreme weather as much as possible. Stay inside when you can. Make sure you're hydrated. And he says not to load up on over-the-counter painkillers.
Too much over-the-counter painkillers for migraine patients can have a rebound effect. So suddenly they get into what we call rebound headaches. So typically we recommend no more than 2 to 3 times a week, and then really trying to minimize the other factors.
And while you can't change the weather, you can be prepared. Estamalik says to have rescue and abortive medications on hand in case they're needed when air pressure changes. Finally, if you can't find symptom relief, see a doctor.
There are a lot of ways to deal with, that sudden change in headache frequency. And that's where I think patients should reach out to their healthcare provider for that.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
For the first time, Lego is interlocking with the Pokemon universe. I know this has been making some waves online. The toy giant has unveiled its first ever line of Pokemon sets, marking a major crossover between the two of the largest play brands in the world. The first collection will debut on February 27th, and it's inspired by characters throughout Pokemon's 3-decade history. The initial rollout features 5 fan favorites, including Pikachu, Eevee, and Charizard. Pre-orders can be made now at lego.com. I think those do look pretty awesome, although I've heard that it is a little pricey here. And something else, talking about a little pricey increase here. Spotify subscribers, get ready to dish out a little bit more here each month. The streaming service announced Thursday it's raising the price of its service by $1. That means premium plans are going from $12 a month to $13. It's the same for students, who will see their monthly bill go from $6 to $7. And if you have Spotify's Duo or Family plan, those are going up by $2 a month. The price hikes are set to take effect next month. It's the first price adjustment Spotify has made since June 2024. And coming up after the break here, we'll visit with a local chiropractor to talk about when adjustments are recommended. Stay tuned.
In this game, there are moments when every dribble counts and a single shot can seal a legacy. Catch all the best plays on State Line Slam Friday nights.
From waiting for the bus to waiting for roads to be cleared, when the bitter cold bites harder than ever. From a normal winter day to downright scary, you'll always know what's next with First Alert Weather. Days ahead of the storms, get a clear and concise forecast.
Want to alert you to a First Alert Action Day, and that will play out all day long.
Streaming on every platform, no matter where you are. Stay connected so you can stay prepared with First Alert Weather.
Every first matters. That first alarm, your first cup of coffee.
And that first look of what the day can bring.
And WIFR is right here with you.
With your first alert when weather could impact your day.
A First Alert Action Day for the potential of strong, severe storms.
With stories that matter most.
And your first look at what's ahead.
We have an update on breaking news from last night.
Wherever you stream WIFR, we help you start your day prepared.
Every first, every day. Tune to WIFR this morning.
At Gray Digital Media, we craft engaging campaigns that grab attention and get results. Extending your message across all platforms. Gray Digital Media. We know local. GDMRockford.com.
It's more than just a game. With State Line Slam Play of the Week, you decide who gets the spotlight. Every Sunday night, we'll show you the week's most electrifying high school basketball plays. Then go to WIFR.com/play of the week to vote on who you think should be number 1. And watch during WIFR News at 5 on Wednesdays to see who came out on top. State Line Slam Play of the Week. Sponsored by Holcomb Bank.
Welcome back to the Blend Extra. Whether it's from an injury, overworking, or another reason, sometimes our bodies need a bit of extra help in order to function to their fullest potential. WIFR's Alyssa Kelly visited New Millenium Medical in Belvedere to talk about when it's time to seek chiropractic care.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am at New Millenium Medical in Belvedere. I'm joined here by Dr. Chris Parrott, and today we're just going to be talking about, the symptoms and how do you know if you need a chiropractor? So jumping straight into things, Chris, how do you really know if you need to go and see a chiropractor?
Well, when it comes to symptoms, it's not just about feeling them. So the only way to know if you have a problem in your spine is to get evaluated. Mm-hmm. So what the chiropractor is going to, do neurological testing, range of motion, orthopedic tests. That's really going to be what's going to find the issues. Also, they're going to likely do x-rays if needed. And that's really what tells the whole story about what's going on. And many patients, they don't always really, once they see them, they kind of get understanding. They're quite surprised by what they see. They say, I thought it was just aches and pains. I didn't realize it was that bad. So that's really what tells the best story.
Right, yeah. And I feel like also maybe sometimes it goes unnoticed about how much, a chiropractor can really provide for you, what goes on behind the scenes, like all those testings and kind of stuff you talked about. That's not the first thing, that comes to my mind when I think of chiropractor. I think of, I'm just coming here to maybe get some pain relief. So maybe you want to go into, what people can experience when they go see somebody maybe like yourself.
Yes. So yeah, you're right. It's not just about the spine itself. This office does offer PT as well. You've got to remember, you're not just a walking skeleton. You've got muscles, you've got ligaments that are all attached there. So you have to make sure that those are strong and your adjustment can hold for a lot longer period of time when you stabilize those as well.
So what do you think are, the symptoms that would maybe, cause people to call you? When is that right time they should be like, okay, now it's time to go seek professional help?
So I always tell patients to, you can't just think about the symptoms. If you're someone who sits all day, if you are very active and you have stress on your body, or if you have those aches and those soreness, or your body feels out of balance, that's really when you want to get checked. Don't just wait for those symptoms. Fix the cause before it becomes an issue.
All right, now a big question I have for you is what happens if a spinal injury goes unaddressed or doesn't get paid attention to?
And that's a great question. If you ignore it, it's going to progress. I mean, it's pretty plain and simple. So if you have a joint that is not moving the way it should, it's going to start to break down. So essentially, a bone is going to start to build extra bone or calcify. The disc in between is going to start to dry out, and the nerves will become irritated. And also the muscles that surround that joint are going to start to spasm or tighten up, and that's what protects it. So if you leave it, and that's really what degeneration is, you can't reverse that. So if you leave it untreated, your body's going to start to compensate for those things, and that's really where symptoms start to show up. And sometimes this can be even years later, and that's really when it becomes a mechanical issue, and you can't fix a mechanical issue on your own.
I kind of wanted to ask you, wonder if somebody is actually, maybe nervous about coming to see a chiropractor because wonder if it causes more pain. Sometimes that comes to my head, coming to see someone, the thought of it maybe even hurting more. So how do you kind of maybe alleviate patients' nervousness from that?
Definitely, and that's actually a common feeling for a lot of patients, especially if they've never been to one. Obviously, the noise, what is that? And what it is, it's not your bones cracking. It's actually just almost like an air pocket that gets released when the adjustment's made. So again, the first step is to show the patient or the individual really what's going on, and to let them know if chiropractic is the right option. That could be the case as well. And then if that is the case, when the adjustment happens, the office always kind of walks them through and lets them know that thousands and thousands of adjustments happen every day. It's just important to make sure that you're the right fit for that.
Stay calm and stay relaxed.
Yes.
And how does somebody know that they're feeling relief? Maybe after they come here, they get something done. What or maybe even how long does it take to maybe see signs of relief? Is it instant? Does it take some time? How does that time frame almost look?
Every patient obviously is going to be different. Okay. There are some patients who get relief, after 1 or 2 treatments. There are some patients that It could take weeks, maybe even months. It depends on how long the problem's been there and how severe it is. So I tell patients it's kind of like fitness. You don't go to the gym one time and expect long-lasting results. This isn't just about pain relief, it's about correction. So you're kind of looking at this as more of a long-term situation. And you may not feel changes day to day. It does sometimes take time for the body to start that healing process.
Right, yeah. One question to just wrap it up real quick. Would you say, kind of a thought that came into my mind during the colder months, January, February, do you see a lot of more patients during the time? Does the cold weather play an impact at all?
It does. If you already have an underlying problem that is high risk for inflammation, these changes in the barometric pressures, they're going to affect that disc that kind of holds that pressure. And then obviously, with all the snow that we've been getting, I've had a lot of patients doing that additional shoveling or snow blowing that your body just isn't used to all those movements in such a short period of time. So a lot of times that will increase someone's discomfort as well.
Yeah, so they would have to come someplace like New Millenium Medical, which is in Belvedere, and you can see Dr. Chris Parrott here, who joined me today. Thank you so much for talking with us. So if you have any pain or back issues or just need some signs of relief, make sure to come check out New Millenium Medical in Belvedere. Send it back to you guys.
And once again, New Millennium Medical is located at 1424 North State Street in Belvedere. And if you'd like to learn more or schedule a time with Dr. Parrott, you can call 779-552-8358 or head to newmillenniummedical.com. And coming up after the break here, a new series streaming on Paramount Plus gives us a unique look into the world of Star Trek.
Discover how different types of winter weather can impact your travel and daily life. Shelter from the storm wherever you stream WIFR.
Make your voice heard. Answer the question of the day during the blend on WIFR and at WIFR.com/vote. Sponsored by Suncoast Pools and Spas.
First Alert Weather Plus, the State Line's only 24/7 weather channel, on air at 19.3 WSLN, the First Alert Weather app, or wherever you stream WIFR. Sponsored by Total Exteriors.
Everyone is at risk from extreme cold dangers. These groups are more vulnerable than most. Age and certain conditions make the body less able to regulate temperature.
Be weather-wise with WIFR.
Breaking right now, first responders stop.
Stay connected to the team you trust. Get breaking news and watch our newscast here on the WIFR News app. Your news, your way.
Download today and stay connected to WIFR.
Welcome back to the Blend Extra. Holly Hunter boldly goes where no Star Trek has gone before. Back to school. Rick DeMagella takes us inside Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
That thing is taking us to the school?
That is the school.
Class is in session in Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
Let's go! Show me you're worthy of this uniform!
Holly Hunter leads a new class of cadets in the 32nd century.
Exploring the world viscerally the way that she does has a lot to do with being 422 years old. And it's not really that she's a rebel. It's just that she knows what's important.
It is coming with a big red bow just for you.
Where Hunter plays a long-lived Lanthanite, Paul Giamatti gets to be a Klingon Tellarite antagonist.
I said to them, "You're making him doubly aggressive." I was like, "You're combining two super aggressive races, so I get to be super aggressive?" And they were like, "Absolutely. You can just be." He's argumentative and angry, homicidal lunatic at all times.
A warrior does not let a friend face danger alone.
The student body is drawn from beings from throughout the Federation, both familiar and new.
I play Jaden Klach. I am a Klingon student at Starfleet Academy, and we are familiar with Klingons, right? We've seen them in Star Treks in the past, and they are known for being a warrior race and species, and they're all about battle and weaponry, but Jaden isn't interested in any of that. He is a medical student, and he has dreams of becoming a doctor.
You're our first holographic student.
The first of our kind. She doesn't come from any family. She doesn't come from a lineage of people. She doesn't come from an upbringing. She literally is just plopped into this space, and it's like, okay, now do what you do, and let's see what happens.
Why does everything have to be a full-on lesson in this place?
Because it's a school, Caleb.
Enrolling in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Looks like a super fun show there. And of course, thank you so much for watching. That wraps up the Blend Extra for today. Make sure to stay tuned for